Human resources are the division of a company that is focused on activities relating to employees. These activities normally include recruiting and hiring new employees, orientation, training of current employees, employee benefits, and retention. Relevant legislation and policies include the Alberta Human Rights Act, collective bargaining agreements, the Leadership Quality Standards, and the School Act.
Talent management is a relatively new term in the world of human resources. Research conducted by an American consulting firm in the late 90s revealed that successful organizations have a consistent and continuous talent management practice. ITACH 2015 defines talent management as a process that covers making career plans for the whole workforce for organizational purposes, evaluation of performance, and creating and realizing a high-performance culture. He explains that talent management is comprised of a leader's efficiencies such as strategic thinking, communication skills, emotional maturity, attracting and motivating talented personnel, developing personnel, and maintaining their commitment. So how does talent management fit into educational organizations? ITACH 2015 explains that talent management has been seen as a critical success factor in the development of educational organizations, especially in today's ever-changing and competitive environment. Lewis and Heckman 2006 suggested that talent management in education focuses on attracting qualified teachers, retaining those teachers, and supporting and motivating their career development. Strategic human resource management is an approach that should be considered in education organizations. Tran 2015 explains that strategic human resource management is linked to outcome improvements in an organization. In terms of hiring, the more traditional personnel human resource philosophy would be focused on reactively hiring credentialed teachers to fill vacancies. A leader who takes a more strategic approach to human resource management would be focused on choosing the most effective applicant who is most likely able to help a school or the district reach their goals.
A second perspective on talent management focuses primarily on the concept of talent pools. Talent management, to Kessler 2002 and Pascal 2004, is a set of processes designed to ensure an adequate flow of employees into jobs throughout the organization. These are often similar to succession planning or management, or human resource planning, which can be related back to the LQS in developing new leaders and building capacity among staff. In general HR theory, there are 4 quadrants of pools. Upper quadrants are the high value that are hard to replace, and low value, difficult to replace workers. The lower quadrants are the easier to replace staff, often over time replaced by automation. This is referred to as the human capital of a company. In education, we would often think of the staff that work with students, the harder to replace and high value added. Stewart, 1997, notes that usually the high value, difficult to replace are not workers that sit at the upper levels of the organization. This is important to remember when you compare this research to the research on who has the greatest effect on student learning by Hattie and Robinson.
Organizational commitment, as defined by Maude, Steers, and Porter, is the individual's acceptance of the organization's objectives and values. It is demonstrated in the individual's effort to reach these objectives and their desire to continue their membership with the school or district. Meyer and Allen point out that organizational commitment is comprised of 3 distinct components: emotional, normative, and continuance. First is emotional commitment. This is a kind of commitment that emerges from respect for the organization's objectives and values. It incorporates an admiration for and respect for the managers. It promotes an emotional closeness or bond. The individuals buy into a sharing of organizational vision and mission. And no surprise that emotional commitment is the kind of commitment organizations most prefer. Second is continuance commitment. This type of commitment involves being aware of the cost of and difficulties resulting from leaving the school or district. Those who have continuance commitment continue to work in order not to suffer a loss, so as to serve their own personal interests and to benefit from the organization. This type of commitment results from an individual's willingness to stay in the organization just because of their past personal investments in the organization. The third and final is normative commitment. Normative commitment is the individual's commitment which depends on the belief of the members of a school district. They stay with the organization because of their sense of responsibility and obligations toward the organization, because of that individual's belief in the school or the district. In this type of commitment, the sense of ethical obligation and the idea of being loyal to the organization are foundational and anchoring for the individual. Talent management, in regards to education, has a more focused direction on attracting qualified teachers, retention of those teachers, and supporting and motivating those teachers in their career development. Within that context, school managers and leaders need to increase the organizational commitment of their employees, particularly of teachers.